Hello my beautiful buds. Welcome back to my channel, Sprouts with Joy. My name is Joy, and if you like to talk about plants, you're in the right place. So, given my life's circumstances, I definitely feel like it's a lot more difficult to film a lot in one sitting. My toddler is currently down for a nap, but she took forever to go down for her nap, and my newborn is over there in the bassinet just grunting away. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was actually perfect timing. Well, the poor little guy is having some gas problems, and he just had a blowout, it seems. So I'm gonna fix that real fast, and I'm gonna just pray that my toddler doesn't wake up from her nap early like she has been doing, so that I can actually film this video. But yeah, basically my point stands. I've had a really hard time filming in large spurts, so I'm gonna try filming in shorter spurts throughout the week. Hey buddy. So I'm gonna try filming in shorter spurts throughout the week and see if that works better, and maybe I can actually, you know, get a full video. Feel free to tag along with me as I do some planty things this week, and I know it hurts. And we'll see what we can get done. Okay, well, I have absolutely no idea how much you got from the last clip because it was very chaotic. But, you know, that's just kind of how life is right now, so that's okay. Now that I have a moment, I thought that I might repot some of the things that I wasn't able to repot in my last repotting video. Wow, that was a lot of saying the word repot. So yeah, I had a couple things I just didn't get to before last time, so I figured why not just throw it in and get it done right now while I can. But actually, this is the rhaphidophora tetrasperma behind me. Actually, when I brought it down here, I thought, oh, it looks quite nice in this room, so I don't know, maybe I might add it to this room instead of the other room that it's in right now. Although, once my current newborn starts crawling, I might need to readjust. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't really decided yet. But, let's go ahead and get this guy ready. I'm positive he's so desperately in need of a repot. Like, my goodness. And these are the propagations I'm going to also pot in there. So, let's take a look-see and see what we're dealing with. First I'm going to have to take him off this trellis, and he's going to need a longer trellis eventually, but we'll get around to that someday. Okay, so now he's just this long dude. There we go. Okay. I'm thinking I might need to repot him into a bigger pot than this, but I don't know. Let's see how this works. I think that this is an 8-inch pot, but it's a half pot. And then this is a 6-inch pot, but it's a full pot. So, I don't know. I might have to go downstairs and get another pot. But again, we will see what we're working with. Okay, I hope that this plant is okay. This is maybe awkward. Okay, not too horrible. I have a feeling, oh yeah, I had a feeling I was going to encounter a little bit of like either dry rot or root rot or something, so I've definitely underwatered this plant a number of times, and it looks like I am encountering some of that. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of dry rot. So I'm going to take away those unhealthy roots and just try to preserve the healthy roots, and I think he definitely is going to need completely new soil all around because the soil is old and icky. I can just smell it. It honestly kind of really stinks. Ugh. But this will be good. This will be good for this plant. I just get a complete start over, you know? And I currently have a trellis sitting outside of the pot, and I think I'm just going to continue doing that because it works fine. And since I'm going to be replacing the trellis anyways, you know, I may as well just keep the current setup as kind of my mindset right now. I'm so sorry, roots. They're so brittle. I feel so bad. But there's a few like really nice long roots in here too. But yeah, so many of these roots are just breaking off. But you know, there's still a decent root system. It's just some of them are unhappy. Okay. I've been so excited to do this with this plant for the longest time. Like, I've been waiting for so long. Alright. Now, let's see. This is gonna be so awkward to repot. Alright, let's get this pot out of the way, because we don't need you here right now, sir. And then we're going to use the remainder of this soil, and then I have a whole new bag of soil that just came in. So I'm going to also use that. First, let's just fill her up, right? Such an awkward mass of soil just sitting right here. I don't like it. Okay. How do I want to place you? So I still want this to be near the edge of the pot so that it can comfortably get on the trellis. But I also need to have room for the other cuttings. So maybe right here is going to be the move. And then I'm just going to make it into a more full pot with the cuttings. So I'm going to clear off this dirt. Hang on, let me find a container for that. Here's the box that the other soil came in. And I'm going to try really hard to not make a huge mess. But I just want to get this soil out of the way because I don't need it anymore. A little bit better. Sorry, sir. Oh my gosh. This is so awkward. Oh no, Arden. I hear her. Potentially. But we can give her a couple seconds. My daughter has not been sleeping well at all since we brought home the newborn. So my mom is here, and we finally got her down for a nap, like not even 40 minutes ago, and I'm hearing her again, and it's just like, honey, you need to sleep. She's getting so tired just because she's been fighting her naps and fighting everything. So let me tell you, it's hard to transition an almost 2-year-old into being a big sister. At least it has been for us. She loves her little brother, but she also is very understandably needy right now. So yeah, but I'm hoping that she falls back asleep. I'm gonna give her a few minutes because she just needs to go to sleep so badly. Alright, so there's some nice roots on here, but there's lots of sphagnum moss just totally embedded. So yeah, if you can see that. I think this was the top cut, maybe? It looks like it, because the leaves are a little bit smaller, and they were starting to get smaller because it was like off the trellis, I think. Ooh, we got some nice secondary roots too. These have been going for quite a while, these propagations, I think. I don't remember exactly when I took them, but it's been a while. Oh. There are a lot of secondary roots in there, so I think that this is the best I'm going to get as far as removing them, removing the sphagnum moss. So I'll place that here and just kind of keep going, and then I'm going to place all of the cuttings once I figure out, once I disentangle all of these guys, you know? There's that one, and it's even got a little new growth point right there. Here's a whole bunch of moss that I get to reuse. That's exciting. Oh, and here's a wet stick that hasn't done anything yet. So I'll just set them aside here, and I'll figure out where to put them later. Guys, we are hurtling so quickly into winter right now. And I know it's still fall, technically, but like, we had a few really nice days, and now it's a gloomy day. And the sun hasn't been out, and it's just reminding me of what it's gonna be like really soon. And yeah, I generally don't mind the winter, but I don't think I'm mentally ready for it right now. So I am definitely a little bit afraid. Oh, I guess I need to get the rest of the soil. There's this. I'm gonna have a big mess to clean up after this. I can feel it. But that's what life is like all the time anyways, so it's okay. I am a little bit of a clean freak. Not like excessively, but a little bit. I like it when things are clean and tidy, and I get very stressed out. Oh my gosh. I get very stressed out when things aren't clean and tidy. So it's not to an extreme level for sure, but it's there. It's present. Okay. Oh, how do I want to put these cuttings in? So much pressure. I guess I'm gonna kind of, with these guys, I'm just gonna make a little bouquet and hope that it works. I'm gonna stick them all in there like, hey buds. I feel like this just doesn't look good. Okay, I'm starting over. Okay, so the axillary bud is right here. So I'm gonna face these in the opposite direction of each other. So like, I feel like I shouldn't be overthinking this too much, but at the same time, maybe I should be thinking about it. Because you want to be paying attention to where the axillary buds are, or axillary, whatever it is, because that's where your new leaves are going to grow out of. So like right here, that's where the axillary bud was, and right here you can just barely make it out, but there's an axillary bud on this side. It's like a little like bump, and sometimes it looks a little bit more white. So I'm trying to pay attention to that so that in the future as these guys grow in, they will look better. Here, in this little corner. Yes, sir? My newborn is making his voice known with his little grunts. He's like, hi, I exist. No, he's honestly so sweet. A sweet little newborn. I'm really excited to see how my kiddos grow up and like resemble each other and learn to love each other and how their personalities interact and what the family dynamic is. Like, I nerd out about that kind of stuff all the time. So yes, I'm very excited about all of that. Alright. I don't like this at all. They're just flopping all over the place, you know? But I'm hoping that when it grows in, it will look pretty. Ooh, you know what? That reminds me, I need to get a new, like, saucer for this guy, because sometimes I take him off of the trellis and bother taking to the shower, but sometimes I just water him in place. So I like to have a trellis there, or I like to have a saucer there, just in case. Okay. Those new leaves are just gonna have to find their way out of the soil. I'm gonna just trust that they can do that. That might be stupid, but it's like, what am I supposed to do? Okay. Well, is she perfect? No, but let's just put her, I'm gonna set her down and put her back on the trellis and show you what she's looking like. You have the cuttings that I added, which to be honest look a little bit dumpy right now, but hopefully they'll look better with time. This is the pot that the rhaphidophora tetrasperma was in. I think I'm gonna clean it out right now and potentially use it for the Monstera adansonii, but we'll see. I'm gonna play that by ear. Be right back. Okay, So with this monster Adansonii, I do want to put him on a wooden plank or pole or something like that. So we've got this whole thing of water, and just look at all these juicy roots in there. So beautiful. So I don't know. And then I also have this that I could use, or I have this that I could use. This would be more suitable for this pot, and then of course this for this pot. So I'm leaning towards, I don't want to have to like repot this a bazillion times if I don't need to. So I think I'm gonna go with this one, but let's just pull everything out and see what it all looks like and make our decision accordingly. Okay, so I just pull all these out, shimmy them out. Oh, these are so satisfying. These roots are so satisfying to look at. So, I mean, as far as a root system goes, this pot's definitely more adequate. I do want to put them on this pole right now. So I'm just not fully convinced that this is really gonna fit comfortably without this pot just completely toppling over, you know? This might be the less wise decision, but I think I kind of want to go with this pot just because even though it doesn't suit the root system quite as well, like these grow so fast in my experience. I think it'll be okay, especially if I do make an effort to pot it slightly more shallow, because it's a terracotta pot and this soil has a ton of aeration in it as well. So I think we'll be okay. Now I start over. That's okay. And honestly, I kind of like this just bouquet vibe that we got going on. So I might just kind of leave it as is and let it grow kind of crazy, and I'll guide it up the pole with time. So yeah. I might just spread it out a little bit. I have to like hold this pole with my head so it's stable. Now we're just going to fill her in. Guys, this is a horrible idea. Is this gonna look awful? Maybe I should have just gone with the other one, so it'd be more stable. completely mad at that, but I did do that a little bit more haphazardly. So, I mean, it's fairly stable. Not the most stable ever, but kind of stable. So this is a very long pole that this monster Adamsonia will get to climb up, and I am hoping that it will be happy. So I'm gonna go water this guy in. But here's a closer look. And he's got this whole big pole to climb. How exciting. Okay, and then the last little thing that I'm gonna pot up really fast is just this little monstera, this little philodendron brantianum that I've got here. Like I mentioned, I think earlier, my mom is in town, so there are a few like cuttings and random plant things that I'm sending her home with, and this philodendron brantianum is one of them. It's been propagating in my prop box for like a good 8 months now, and it is thoroughly, here, let me show you, it's kind of ridiculous. It's thoroughly root bound. It's got roots just going nuts, very sun stressed because it's been in a south facing window in my prop box. So yeah, it's time to repot him, and I have a lot of other philodendron brantianum cuttings going. So I'm just going to plop this guy into a better situation, because my mom lives in Florida, so he, I think, will be much happier there, because brantianum are not the easiest to grow in Ohio. They do fine, but like I feel like they really like a lot of light and humidity, and sometimes they just grow kind of wonky for me. So I think sending this guy to Florida, I don't know, honestly part of me just wonders how he's gonna do. You know, like I'm just curious to see like if my mom has a ton of success with him because it's Florida, or if he'll be sad because brantianum are finicky sometimes. So I don't know. Let's see how it goes. This is just a super quick one compared to the other ones, I think. There she is. Cute. She'll fall out eventually on her own, and my mom can always, you know, take cuttings and fill her out even more. Oh my gosh, why I feel like repotting takes a lot out of me. I don't know why. My back hurts right now. Ugh. I also just feel generally out of shape right now. I can't wait to like be back to feeling like myself after having a baby. Like I'm so excited for that. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and clean up a little bit, as much as we can anyways. is my third coffee of the day, and it's 5 p.m. So this was a very late coffee, but I'm needing it to pull through right now because, wow, I think that the mood of my channel has been sleep deprived. And I'm sorry if you guys are sick of hearing it, but that's just my life right now. It's getting dangerously close to becoming my entire personality. Well, I figured I'd finish off this week with trellising a hoya. Before I move on, I just wanted to note, normally my rhaphidophora tetrasperma is here, and it's feeling so empty without it. But I left it downstairs because I'm kind of playing around with the idea of keeping it downstairs in the dining room. So I don't know. I can't decide. Maybe I'll bring it back up here. Maybe I'll leave it down there. But either way, I mean, theoretically I do have a place for a new plant here now if I wanted. So I don't know. This is a good spot for floor plants or plants that are on poles, that sort of thing. Oh, and also, Mr. Philodendron Albapoense has a new leaf that I'm very excited about. Look at that. Woohoo! That's gonna be a beauty. This leaf has come out in my care, and it's smaller than the previous leaf because, I mean, it changed the environment. It has to acclimate a bit, but it's looking like this leaf is gonna be a little bit bigger, so I'm excited for that. As a side note, I'm loving this lighting right now, and I wish that I could have this lighting for every single video that I make ever. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do to wrap up this week with you guys is trellising this hoya. I purchased it as a Hoya macrophylla albomarginata, although I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it was reclassified to a latifolia. I guess albomarginata because it has the variegation on the edges. So I don't know. Hoya heads, help me out here. But yeah, so this hoya has a pretty long runner that has been going for quite some time now. And also, don't mind, this is the sulfur treatment. I wiped most of it off because it was pretty much done with its treatment. But some of it's still on there, and I just need to go back and be more thorough. But yeah, I want to get this on a trellis. These trellises just came in today. I just bought a pack of them. And I'm going to be trellising some of my hoya with these nice little bamboo trellises. Pretty standard. But I'm hoping that by trellising it and giving it some stability, these little nodes will produce leaves, because if you are less familiar with hoya, sometimes they'll put out these long runners in search of support, and once they get the support, the leaves will grow. So it does have this stake, but obviously it outgrew the stake, which I think is why it's like, bro, you left me hanging. I don't have any support. I need a shoulder to cry on so I can produce leaves. I don't know. Admittedly, I don't have a whole lot of experience with trellising hoya. I only have one other hoya on a trellis, and it's not the entire thing. So if I'm really bad at this, I'm sorry. Oh, I hate my life. Disaster has struck. I freaking spilled my coffee everywhere. Why? That makes me so sad. Like, illogically sad. Oh, goodness. Let me clean this up. I hope this rug doesn't get too horribly stained, because that would be really sad. Be right back. Well, that was incredibly depressing, but maybe that's just a message from God saying that I should not be drinking any more coffee today. As miserable as that makes me. Okay. I mean, I'm just teasing, guys. I'm not really that miserable, but I am a little bit. I have this little crate here to help with you being able to see. Maybe I should use this as a repotting thing, because honestly, this is a lot nicer than what I do currently. Okay. let me pull you back a little bit. Is that better? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking this is gonna be simple enough, right? I'm gonna put the trellis right here. Just stick it right in the soil. Child, I'm sorry. I'm hoping that this is stable enough. And then, I don't know if these clips are gonna be able to wrap around this bamboo, but we're gonna try it. Okay, that worked, that's good. Well, now it's too tall. So my plan is not working very well. I guess I'm gonna remove the crate now. Okay. And then, again, I have very minimal experience with trellising hoyas, so I just hope that I don't like snap this thing because it does not seem happy with being bent right now. Okay. Oh, I feel like I have to be so gentle. This is gonna kind of change the look of this. Eventually, I do want to propagate this hoya. Just because I think it would be nice to have a fuller pot, because right now it's looking a little bit leggy. I don't have any more clips, so I'm just gonna finish off with some plant Velcro, but you know, let's see how she likes this. I have no idea if she's gonna like it or not, but let's see, right? Give her a chance. So here she is. Oh, she is very unstable. I generally think I do need to add some more soil to this pot, and maybe that will help. All right, I'm gonna have to do that later, but so far, this is my trellising job. I'm not necessarily that into it. I think I could do a lot better once I add more soil and it's more stable, and then eventually I'll propagate this gal. But for now, I think she does look more put together, and she will be happier with this circumstance, you know, rather than being just sticking straight up in the air. So, yeah. This is just me mournfully sipping the rest of my coffee. This is what remains after the accident. Okay, well, I think that that's gonna be it for this video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit chaotic, and that's just how things are these days in my household. So I hope that you just enjoyed being along for the ride, and I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.